everybody. So we are the Hallmarkies podcast, and we are so excited to be here. And I'm Rachel, and Amber's here.
Hi, everybody.
Yes, and we are here to do a Q&A. It's very exciting.
Yeah, so let's get right to it. Let's answer your questions.
All things Hallmark-related questions. We posted it on our Twitter, and we got some really good ones, so it's going to be fun.
Okay, pretty excited. So, Rachel, Abby Kidd, one of our big fans, asked us, what Hallmark movies do you never get sick of, no matter how many times you watch it?
So, there are movies that I love that I like, the Nanny Express, that are pretty emotional. So they're not one, I didn't include that because it's not one I would want to watch like every day. But I think I could watch How to Fall in Love, I Married Who, Ring by Spring, A Country Wedding, Smooch, The Good Witch, A Taste of Romance, Love is a Four-Letter Word, and Dash of Love.
I don't think I've seen Love is a Four-Letter Word. What is that?
Oh, it's so fun. It's an oldie, so you might not like it. But
yeah, I hate old ones.
It's really cute. It's about these lawyers. They're these like divorce. Well, they're both like divorce lawyers, and they end up becoming adversaries in the courtroom.
As they do.
They hate each other, and it has Terry Polo in it, and Robert Milhouse is the lead guy. It's but way back from 2007, so I don't know if you like it. Really cute and really funny, and yeah, I like it.
I'll probably have to check it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like there's also some like interesting things that happen between the couple that they're litigating for, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
They're, so it's just cute on all levels.
Kind of like Laws of Attraction.
Kind of, yeah, I guess, yeah. And, but yeah, How to Fall in Love, I think I could watch every day, never get sick of. I love that one. Married Who is so funny. And Ring by Spring, I just loved it. I thought it was great. And then for the one for this year is Dash of Love. I thought it was perfect. I loved it.
You love Dash of Love.
I love Dash of Love. I thought it was great. I didn't put any Christmas ones here because I don't feel like I could watch a Christmas movie every day.
Ah, interesting.
It's Christmas.
Obviously, my number one I could watch every day is The 9 Lives of Christmas. I love that movie so much. I could watch it every day, regardless of whether it's Christmas or not. And I love it. Yes. And then I only have two others that I put on my list for my answer, and I chose Sarah Plain and Tall because I just love that movie. There's so many things about that movie that I love, but of course included into that is the huge nostalgia factor. I mean, this was the first time I fell in love with Hallmark commercials because we had it recorded on VHS off of the TV with all the Hallmark Hall of Fame commercials. It was the best. And how do you not love Christopher Walken as the romantic lead?
Yeah, it's such a strange choice, but it works.
And then the final movie that I put is relatively new, and it is Dear Dumb Diary.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, it's so amazing. So it's based off of the children's books, Dear Dumb Diary. So it's, like for kids, kind of. I watch it with my nieces all the time. It's amazing. It's a musical. It's so funny. I love it kind of like I love Diary of a Wimpy Kid, but it's for girls.
And it's Hallmark? They did a musical? I didn't even know they did.
Yeah, it's a Hallmark. I promise. I didn't make this up. And bonus, Laura Bell Bundy's in it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know she did a Hallmark movie either. How fun.
It's really... I mean, I looked, and it said Hallmark, and I died, and I was very excited that I could include this in all of my future lists.
Yeah. If I was going to pick Lifetime, I would pick Love Notes. I love it. It's so romantic. It's really good.
I don't even know what I would pick.
This is from It's Amy Craig, and she says, I was discussing this with some of my fellow Hallmark lover friends. If you had the ability to date a male character from any Hallmark TV show or movie, which character and why? My friends mostly picked Jack from When It Calls the Heart, and Brian from All of My Heart, and Nick from The Good Witch. Yeah. So I do love Connor from Chesapeake Shores.
Yeah, you do.
I think that we would get along really well because we both have an epic quit story in our life. And I feel like we both come from sort of loud, obnoxious families.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you quit your job? I'm just teasing.
It was a big moment for me in my life.
I'm just teasing.
And anyway, but I feel like we could bond over that. Plus the fact that we have loud and obnoxious families. And so
Plus
big
the
families.
fact that it's Andrew Francis.
Plus the fact that it's Andrew Francis. Exactly. And I think Harold from How to Fall in Love, I think we get that sort of nerdiness and kind of we bond in that way. And he's Eric Mabius too. And you're going to hate this one, but I don't care. I think I would pick Clark from Love Comes Softly because I don't have your problem.
I hate Clark.
I don't have your problem. And I think he would be like he's a really faithful man and a good father. So that would be the kind of person I would want to date.
Cool. So I said I picked one from a movie and one from a series. And I chose for my series husband, I guess they just said date, but anybody's going to date me is going to lock this down. I chose Norman Dorman from Signed, Sealed, Delivered. Even though I do love him with Rita and I would never come between them.
Right.
I just love Norman. I think he's so sweet and I love him. I don't know how you could not love him.
Yeah.
And then I was trying really hard to pick someone that like I would really get along with in real life. I took this very seriously. Like if this character were to just meet me, who would I marry? So I chose Craig from Christmas Homecoming.
Aww.
Craig. I love Craig, you guys.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. Nice.
I really did. I loved Craig. He was just so nice and perfect. And he was just the best.
There you go. Well, he's available. So in the Hallmark world. So
not now. I locked it down.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. So then we have two more from Abby Kidd. First one, have you ever started a Hallmark movie and just turned it off because it was so bad right from the beginning? And so far, since we started in August, I have managed to get through every single movie. I don't know how. Some were very difficult. And live tweeting definitely helped with some of that because it's like, I'm in, I got to finish. If I wasn't live tweeting, I would be more tempted to not finish Engaging Father Christmas and Mr. Christmas, whatever. And those were the two worst. And the At Home in Midford. Those were the three ones that I definitely would have stopped. But I think that I can usually tell within the first 10 minutes if it's going to be one that I'll like or not. Yeah.
So I have definitely started a few Hallmark movies and turned them off in my day. So there's a level of dislike that I fall into when I'm watching a Hallmark movie. One where I get about 10 minutes into it and I think, it's not worth my time. And I turn it off and I don't watch it anymore. And one where I get about 15 minutes into it and I say, I've already put 15 minutes into this. I'm going to see how it ends. So I fast forward through the recording and talk for the characters because you already know what they're doing and see how it ends.
Yeah.
See what the twist is going to be in the middle. What's going to keep them apart. So those are the two ways that I don't finish a movie.
Yeah.
Either a hard pass or a skip through, a fast forward, as it were. Since we've taken our solemn Hallmarkies oath, you guys, there was a ritual. We took an oath. I have only not finished two movies. One was, what was it? Finding John Christmas.
So you're talking about you're talking about an old one that they put up.
Yeah, that watching. I've watched
never
all
seen
of
that one.
the current ones.
Yeah.
The new ones, but Finding John Christmas I couldn't make myself get through.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
To Peter Falk and his family. And then also I have tried to watch I'll Be Home for Christmas like 5 times, and I only get about 10 minutes into it.
Yeah.
It's not for me.
Right. Yeah, there was one that was a Thanksgiving one that I started to watch because I was trying to find posts. Actually, there's been a number that I've tried to watch to do Instagram posts, and I'm just like, I'm not liking this. It's not worth it. I know I'm not going to want to do a post. So why I got to move on to something else that I can make a post on. And, but yeah, I did have I call it DNF, did not finish.
Ooh.
On, on the Runaway Christmas Bride.
But that wasn't Hallmark.
That wasn't Hallmark. It sure wasn't. And it was just terrible in every conceivable way.
There are a lot of DNFs on Hallmark. I mean, on Lifetime and Ion and Up.
Agreed.
It's rough over there, you guys. Them the rough streets.
Yeah. Like, some of them are so, like, over the top that they're fun, but some of them are just so incompetently made that it just, like, I just can't.
And then every once in a while you get a snowman, so you have to rubble through the mess.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So let's see here. But yeah, I can usually tell by the kind of, a lot of it is just like, is the couple going to have chemistry? And so if I can just tell from pretty much the beginning that these people don't have chemistry and I don't like them, then what's the point?
He asked us what elements are absolutely necessary for a Hallmark movie to be enjoyable to you. So what is it, Rachel?
So for me, I already kind of said it, but chemistry between the leads is absolutely essential. If it's not there, I'm not going to like it.
Boom.
Yep.
Easy as said. For me, the most important thing is that the characters are not stupid. Right. If they just do stuff that I can't even understand why their characters would do that, I cannot get behind them. Even if they're making like a bad choice that is stupid, but I understand why they're making that stupid choice, I'm on board. But if they're just making a choice that makes no sense other than the plot, I don't like it, and I can't stand with them. And then after that, a charming dude is super important, because even if the lady is pretty flat, a charming pants man can hold the movie.
Yeah, because you look at a movie like Falling for Vermont, which I think had a really great story. Like, could have been really fun, but I don't know, I just didn't feel that chemistry. And so for me, that makes a big difference. But you're right, like the right kind of couple right kind of leading man can definitely elevate for sure.
And for some reason, maybe it's just because they don't really have, I don't know, super boring guys that are paired with super boring, super charming ladies most of the time.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it ever really happens where the guy's terrible and then the girl's so great that she makes it okay for me.
Yeah.
It hasn't happened. I'm not saying it wouldn't happen, but I just can't think of a time that it happened.
Yeah. I mean,
and Rachel, Abby was a real overachiever. Let's just say she was basically doing an interview of us. So shout out to Abby Kidd, who's our newest friend. So she actually kept asking us questions. So one of the funnest questions in the whole world is, who's the hottest leading man, Rachel?
So just on pure hotness, for me, I have to go with Paul Green. I think he is a very hunky man.
He is a dreamboat. Yeah. I will agree.
Yeah.
But I won't concede the point. The purely just look at a picture of him. He's not talking. He's not being charming, though he can be. Just pure picture caliente-ness. I'm going to have to give that crown to Peter Porte.
Yeah, I get it.
Peter Porte. Peter Porte's mom and dad, Y'all should have had more children. I don't know how many you had, but you should have had a ton.
Yeah, he's a very, very pretty man. I agree with you. All right. We can agree on that.
Okay. And then I think this is the last Abby Kid question, but I'm not sure because she was just the best. She also asked us who our favorite secondary character actor and actress were. And this question was incredibly difficult for me to answer. If you follow the podcast, at least the Twitter, you know how strongly I feel about my secondary characters. So my quick list that I just came up with, I've got 5 blokes on my list. Sorry, I'm just going. This is very important to me. I have Maddy Finocchio, who you might remember from such films as Winter Wonderland and Kiss at Pine Lake. He's adorable, and he's an excellent best friend. He should be a lead. And Toby Levins, who you might remember as Craig from Christmas Homecoming, and also as Vince, I think was his name, in Christmas at Holly Lodge. And he's also like the brother-in-law from all of the Murder, She Baked movies. He's amazing. Justice for Craig. And hashtag Justice for Craig. And then I also have Carrie Feehan, who's just like really small in lots of movies, but he's her brother-in-law in 9 Lives of Christmas, and he was just the groom in Christmas Cottage. And then Casey Manderson, who's amazing, you guys. He is just the best. He's so good at playing the tool. He was her boyfriend in Love Struck Cafe.
Oh, yeah.
He was also in Once Upon a Holiday as the sister's jerky boyfriend. He's so good at that. But he's also secretly really good at being the lead in Just Ask the Up Network. Also, I have so much love in my heart for Henry Gowan of When Calls the Heart, Martin Cummins. He's the greatest.
Yeah, it's fun.
Sorry, I'm just going.
I thought you're.
No, now I have to do my girls.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I have just a selection of girls, although I love a lot of the ladies. I just could only think of these off the top of my head. So Fiona Vroom, who's been in a lot of them, but most recently she was the best friend in Miss Christmas. Emily Tennant, who is adorable and has apparently been in a Hallmark movie since she was like a fetus. And she was just the bride in Marry Me at Christmas. And Crystal Lowe, who you will recognize as Rita from Signed, Sealed, Delivered, and also the best friend in Marry Me at Christmas, and also the best friend in Christmas at Holly Lodge. She's busy, guys. She works. So yeah, those are mine.
Good job. So the first one I thought of was Lee Majors and Lindsay Wagner in Eat, Play, Love.
I love them.
I loved them. I thought they were so charming and just great. And I really liked how they were kind of like their relationship was kind of mirroring they were kind of encouraging and developing their relationship the same, and sort of seeing and watching this other younger relationship. I hope that they use them again because I just thought they were great. I also really liked Tim Conway in Surprised by Love. I think he's really funny. All time is the teenager in Nanny Express. I think her name is Emily. At first, I bet you when you're watching it, you'll be like, ooh, I don't like her. She's kind of a jerk. But you have to stick with it, and you have to keep going because I just really love her growth, and I think she's a really good actress, and I don't know, I just really like that whole character.
Love it.
Yeah. So that's I love Connor in Chesapeake Shores.
Yeah, you do. Although he's like, it's an ensemble cast. Yeah, he's the lead.
It's tricky.
But yeah, so no surprise, my list of background characters could have gone on for 20 years, and Rachel's was not as long.
No. Well, usually I don't even remember who they are.
But good job. I'm really proud of you for at least even picking some.
Yeah. So least favorite supporting characters. This was easy for me. All the Whitcombs in Finding Father Christmas. All of them.
Yeah.
They're all my least favorite.
They are no good. But I'm going to abstain from saying a least favorite character who's a background character, because most of the time I like them more than the main characters.
Well, the other one that I didn't like is the weird Grandpa Angel person movie.
You hate the Grandpa Angel.
It was super weird, and I just didn't like it.
I'm fine with the Grandpa Angel.
I didn't like it. He creeped me out, to be honest. I didn't like it. It was too weird. I just thought it was really weird, and I didn't like it. So there you go. That's my least favorite.
You know what? I take it back. Spoiler alert, if comes out before, the guy from Maggie's Christmas Miracle, her boyfriend, that guy was no bueno.
Oh yeah, Creepster McGee.
Yeah, he was a boundary pushing, obsessive.
I like your perfume. Yeah.
That guy's gonna end up on like I said to you, in a Lifetime movie with not the nice ones.
Yeah.
One of the cautionary tale Lifetime movies.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. Okay. From Cool Christmas, who's one of my favorites on Twitter. This is really funny. They do recaps that are a delight. So you should check them out. We'll put a link in the description. Very funny. And so they say here, what is your dream Hallmark cast? And then there's a couple others. So let's tackle this first, this part. So you and I have been playing with the idea of the ever-expanding, now it's like 12 men and a baby.
Yes, the 12 men and a baby. There will never be another cast that will be better than 12 men and a baby.
Well,
because it's 12 men.
Yeah. And I think that Hallmark always seems to focus on their female stars, their female Hall stars. Lacey Chabert, Danica McKellar.
If you need any more proof of that, look at the interstitials.
Yeah, that's right. But I think they could actually, a lot of the viewing public are women, also a lot of great men. But I think that this would be a huge hit if they had a movie with a bunch of our male Hall stars. It was like a Hall star cast.
Yeah, it would be amazing.
It would be so fun.
And just because there's 12 dudes in it doesn't mean they can't have 12 ladies. It would be like 7 brides for 7 brothers, but like,
oh my gosh,
plus 5.
But like a 12 Men of Christmas, but more PG story.
You guys,
it could be done.
I don't know how. Like, we should start a grassroots campaign and can you just sit back and imagine this? A movie starring Cameron Matheson, Brennan Elliott, Andrew Francis, Paul Campbell. Who else did we have in it?
Paul Green.
We just talked about it all the time.
Did you say Andrew Walker already?
Maybe. Obviously, Andrew Walker's in it.
Andrew Walker.
Peter Porte.
Yeah.
And the only way we can think of to get all these men in this movie is to set it at a firehouse.
Yes.
What? All of them are firemen? Unbelievable.
Yeah. And they have to put on a what they could do a charity pancake. It could be I don't know, some kind of pancake battle or something. Maybe 2 firehouses. So that's where you could get everybody.
Oh my gosh. 94 men and a baby?
I'm calling Nina right now, telling her this idea.
You guys,
pancake wars
so good.
Between neighboring fire houses, whatever.
I mean, tell me, okay, I want you in the comments to tell me right now that you would not watch that show. You're a liar.
Yeah.
Because you would 100% watch that show.
It would be huge.
I mean, I could honestly say that Hallmark Channel could put all of those guys on the TV. They don't even have to have dialogue for just 2 hours. And it would be like the 3rd highest rated show of Hallmark's history.
Agreed. It would be epic. It would be great.
It's unbelievable.
This is a great idea. Question is, are there any super popular Hallmark Christmas movies that you think are overrated? So I think as far as overrated, I don't know. This season for me, Switched for Christmas is overrated. I didn't like it quite a bit, and it got huge ratings because CCB is just, queen of Hallmark. And I just didn't care for it. I didn't think it was funny. I don't know, I thought it was really boring. Didn't like it. So that's like the most current raw one for me.
Yeah. And then for me, obviously, this is going to make a lot of people really upset, you guys, but I do not super enjoy Finding Father Christmas, Engaging Father Christmas, or, come at me, hearties, A December Bride. What? Which is not to say I dislike Daniel Lissig or Aaron Krakow. I'm not necessarily saying that, but those movies were not for me.
Yeah, agreed. They weren't for me either. I can't really think of one that I think is overrated. I don't know. I guess I just watched the old ones that I like, so I don't really know.
Yeah, I guess that's also the problem of doing, are these overrated, underrated? Because the only things that I really know that people love are the recent ones because they just talk about them a lot. But
one that you think hasn't gotten enough credit. For me, that would be Home for Christmas Day because it was a Christmas in July movie. I think a lot of people skipped it, didn't know about it, whatever. And I mean, we both liked it quite a bit, and I loved it. And I think that it's just a very good script, very tight, and very well cast. And so that's the one I think that maybe got overlooked a little bit this year.
Yeah, and I'm not sure about this year because to me, they're all super relevant. But I feel like in the past, I do feel like Naughty or Nice may not have gotten a lot of press or something. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's a hidden gem.
Yeah, we had like 90 likes on our
and I think that was because everyone was like, "Oh, they're announcing a new movie," and I was, "No, it's just a good one."
Yeah, it is really good. So okay, let's see.
Then Andrea Ballard asked us what our favorite scene that always appear in the countdown to Christmas movies, like snowball fighting, toppling from the tree while reaching to decorate, drinking hot cocoa, etc., etc. So what's your favorite Christmas movie trope?
Well, I love, just in romantic comedies in general, I love I call it the romantic fall, when there's usually like they're on a subway or they slip on ice and they just, like in Mistletoe Inn, she slips on ice and she just happens to like fall, and like they like manage to like fall on top of each other in this like really like intimate way. And I always think that is so funny and I just love it. So, or if like it's on a subway, they'll kind of be lurched back like right into sort of there. I just love that. I think that's really hilarious. Yeah, I love a good meet cute too. Like I really like that in Mistletoe Inn, to be honest, when they meet up and he's like looking at her white noise thing. He's like, what is that? I don't know. Just that kind of meet cute is super fun, I
think. For me, my favorite romantic movie trope, which is not always in there, but it often is, and it's not restricted to Christmas movies, is the accidental hand touch. Oops.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, sorry, were you reaching for these glasses? Me too. Oh. I love when they accidentally touch hands.
That's really good.
It's so funny because, like, in real life, you wouldn't just, like, leave your hand there lingering longingly on someone's hand. Otherwise, you're a weirdo. But in movies, if you don't, you're never getting married.
Yeah.
Maybe that's my problem. I just don't linger. Yeah. I, like, bump someone. I'm like, oh, my gosh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. And then I just run away.
I know. Maybe. I really like, I like the almost kiss, too, where it's like they get really close and then a kid, like, comes up and drops them. Or, like, mom opens the door or whatever. That always makes me laugh.
Also, the best is when it's, like, the phone rings, and they're, like, literally a half an inch away from kissing, and the phone rings, and, obviously we can't kiss with the phone ringing.
Yeah.
You can just keep going, guys. That's fine.
I kind of like that in Christmas Cottage, when when the phone rings, she's just like, I'm not going to pick it up. It's like, yes.
Yeah,
okay.
See, it makes sense. I'm going to say, though, I am a little bit over the snowball fight in every Christmas movie.
Yeah,
because it's
fight.
overdone. They should have sent a memo Hallmark-wide being like, we don't need one in every movie.
Yeah.
Just kind of like how in every Harvest movie, we don't need someone carving their initials in a tree. Like 2 would be fine.
Yeah.
Also, so I'm over that, you guys. I mean, there was one in Georgia. I know they're having snow now and stuff, but it was set in Georgia and they put in a snowball fight. It just felt weird.
Not a big fan of the digital snow. I can get them to take it. I'd way rather have it just be snow on the ground and no digital snow. And maybe it's just because I've seen too many, and so they're like, I'm noticing those kind of things. Also, for once, could they actually have liquid in those paper cups?
No, this is mine.
That they're paper, that they're empty. It's so obvious.
Stop making poof ball snowmen, guys. Yeah. It's ridiculous. I don't know if we've talked about how stupid it is when they just have pillows that they're making snowmen out of, and they like attach the eye with Velcro or whatever, and it like the whole snowman just like wobbles because it's made out of fluff.
Right.
Invest in better fake snowmen, or just stop it. They can do something else in the snow. Well,
in With Love Christmas, they had a double whammy with the terrible snowman and the digital snow, and that looked terrible. Okay, what's your favorite book or series that you'd like to see made into a Hallmark movie? So one I thought of is there's this writer named Sophie Kinsella, and her books are a little bit saucy, so they'd have to be like toned down a little bit. But she writes really great chick lit kind of books. And what she's so good at doing is she like picks sort of a contemporary issue, I guess, like people talking on their cell phones too much, or like people like workaholism, or she'll pick an issue and then she'll kind of craft an interesting character and a fun story around said issue. And so she does a really good job. I love pretty much all of her books. The Shopaholic books, I really like the first 3 of those. But she has some really great ones that I think could really fit. And so I think that would be great, Sophie Kinsella. And also, I think it would be really fun if we got to see some classic stories from Hallmark. I know they're really expensive, so they probably have to be Hallmark Hall of Fame. But after being so hurt by Anne with an E, I would love if they did an Anne of Green Gables.
Yeah, Anne with E's garbage.
Yes, even though that's how we kind of like started this whole madness. But it was so disappointing and so bad, and we both hated it so much. And so I feel like a need for a new Anne of Green Gables, and I would love to see that. I think it would be fun to see them do Little Women, Girl of the Limberlost, Pollyanna. I think those could all be really fun. But like I said, it'd probably have to be Hall of Fame because it'd probably be more expensive.
Awesome. So I was a little different than you. So I picked a series that I would really love to see made into a movie, even just a standalone movie. I don't need a whole series. Are the Mediator series by Meg Cabot, whom I love. I love Meg Cabot. She's just a delight. And in the Mediator series, it's about this girl named Suze who can see ghosts and interact with them, and it was really fun. I just love. They're like one of my favorite things to read. And I think it would be very interesting to do that. And they're kind of mysteries because she has to like solve the ghosts' problems. So they could make it into a series on murders and mysteries. In the book, she's in like high school, but they could age her up into college. Right? Easy. So that would be fun for me. And then also, there is a series of books that I love by this lady named Kit Morgan. And they are called the Holiday Mail Order Bride books. And they're amazing. They are clean, sweet books. So there's nothing nakedness about them. And so they are hashtag Hallmark chastity. But they are set back in the day.
Didn't they already have a mail order series or something, though? Or am I getting that confused?
I don't know. They could never, there was only one mail order bride in the history of the Americas. I think
fair.
But this one's really fun because each book is set around a holiday. So, I mean, it would fit perfectly for, Harvest Wedding, or there's literally books that are called like A Thanksgiving Bride. And they're just so fun. They're all interconnected. They stand alone, but there's characters that you can see from the other ones. They're very fun. Even if Hallmark doesn't make them into it, you should just read them. Swift Bobcat also asked us, they said, Hallmark's done a fantastic job building up a pretty steady group of actors over the years. From this countdown to Christmas, which is already very restrictive because we don't, there's no Andrew Walker, there's no Cameron Matheson, there's no Paul Campbell.
Right.
It says, from this countdown to Christmas, who are your top 5 actresses, top 5 actors, and best fresh faces, male and female? So, Rachel, let's just start with your list.
Okay.
Go.
So this is not in ascending order. This is just the list. So I have Luke McFarlane from Maggie's Miracle. I have Erin O'Connell from Would Love Christmas. Paul Green from Christmas in Angel Falls, Jordan Bridges from Christmas at Holly Lodge, and David Alpay from Mistletoe Inn. So that's one for the men.
I'm going to go with my 5 dudes. I went with Andrew Francis, your boyfriend. Even though he wasn't technically the guy, he was amazing.
Yeah.
Bobby Campo, who I just think is a delight. Luke McFarlane, obviously, he's a dreamboat. He made it off of our lists. Peter Porte, how could I not? And Paul Green, because for Pete's sake, he's Paul Green.
Yeah, right. So actresses, I have Rachel Boston, Brooke D'Orsay, Ashley Williams, Autumn Reeser, and Jill Wagner.
Ooh, our lists are pretty close. I have Rachel Boston, Alicia Witt, Allison Sweeney, Brooke D'Orsay, and Jill Wagner. So we pretty much agree.
Pretty close, yeah. So then, fresh faces.
So you go.
I have Rachel Scarston, because this was like her first time as a lead that I had seen, at least, and I thought she was a lot of fun, and I'd like them to use her again. I especially liked she was curly hair. Which you don't see very often. She was cute. And then Maitreya Fedor from Home for Christmas Day. She's kind of a co-lead, I think. And she would play the daughter, and I just thought she was great. And she has a good singing voice. Good. And I would love them to use her again. And I have Jodie Sweetin in Finding Santa.
Yes.
So I thought she was good. I see potential.
And no boys for you?
No, the boys, I have Neil Bledsoe from Coming Home for Christmas and Eric Close from Christmas in the Air.
Cool. So I went with Anthony Konechny, my man. Y'all know how much I like him. I just see him getting the lead really soon. And then I chose a little bit of an out-of-the-box pick for my lady. I chose Chelsea Hightower from Enchanted Christmas because I think she did a really good job, and I would love to see her in like a super dance intensive movie.
Yeah, that would be really fun. I'd love that. So good picks. Last question. We're almost done. Wow. So last question is from Michelle822. She says, not a question, an observation. I just started watching Hallmark movies. It's made me realize how much I miss PG rom-coms, family dramas. I wonder if Hollywood will ever make them again. And so that's the first part of her question. And I feel like eventually everything kind of comes around. And so all it takes is for like one thing to be a hit, and then you see imitators. And I'm very curious to see how the Greatest Showman does, because they are taking kind of a risk on that because it's PG, which is very unusual for a film like that to be rated PG. They did a focus group in Utah. They're definitely trying to like target families, but it's not a movie for children, but it's supposed to be for families. And so I feel like if that does really well, that could be kind of a cool thing. So we'll see how it does. But yeah, it's definitely not popular right now as far as rom-coms. It's I would love it so much, but rom-coms are still just on the outs right now. But I feel like everything eventually comes around again.
Everything that is old is new again.
Yeah.
But I kind of don't think so.
You don't think so?
No. I think they're going to just get more naked.
Yeah, it could be. I could see it. I was really disappointed in Home again this year. I was hoping that would be kind of a return to form for, it wasn't PG, but I was hoping that would be a return for the romantic comedy at least, and there wasn't really bad. But it wasn't a romance. It was really lame. I was very disappointed. So we'll see. We'll see. But go see The Greatest Showman. So the second part of the question is, I couldn't get into When Calls the Heart or Chesapeake Shores, but I do love Heartland. It's such a sweet family show. Have you ever heard of this? Heartland?
Yeah, Heartland. I don't watch Heartland, but my friend Anne, who basically doesn't know anything about media, she loves Heartland. Whenever we're watching anything, she'll say, "Oh, that guy looks familiar." And the answer is that person was on Heartland.
Yeah.
I think I've watched the first couple episodes, and it seemed pretty fun. So I think it's definitely something to give a shot. I'm not 100% sure what network it comes from, but it was a pretty good show, and I know it's on Netflix, at least in the United States.
Well, I mean, if you're looking for a PG show on TV that's fun, in my opinion, you can watch Once Upon a Time. It's a lot of fun. Oh,
you know what? It looks like Heartland is actually a Canadian show.
Oh, okay. But it's on Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. So, look at my friend Anne with the deep cuts going to a Canadian show.
I know, look at her. That's very good. Once Upon a Time is a lot of fun. I think that's a good. I think a lot of our Hallmarkies audience will also like that show. So it has a couple rough seasons to get through, but for the most part, it's a good show. That's it. We did it.
We did it.
Yeah. So thank you so much for your questions. This was so fun. Following us on Instagram, on Twitter, we're on iTunes. We're everywhere. It's all over the place.
We're taking over the world. We're not.
Yes.
And we're everywhere.
So, Amber, do you want to explain your shirt to our audience?
My shirt, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Paul Mark t-shirt, as described and ordered by the Hallmarkies King, Paul Campbell. As you can see, it's got his lovely face with a crown on it. It says Paul Mark in the font. It is so cute. You can get it on our website at hallmarkiespodcast.com. And you can order them. They come in tons of sizes, tons of colors, men's sizes, women's sizes. They're amazing, very cozy.
Yeah.
So just order them for everybody. Give them away as stocking stuffers.
Subscribe to our channel on YouTube or on iTunes following us. We really appreciate that. And thanks so much. And so, Amber, where can people find you?
As always, people can find me. I'm at Amber Brainwaves on Twitter, and that's it.
Awesome. And you can find me at Smiling LDS Girl on social media and on my YouTube channel, Rachel's Reviews, and on iTunes and on YouTube. And we'll be having a lot of Star Wars coverage coming up in the next little bit. So make sure you check that out.
Okay. Well, I'm going to.
Yay. But thanks so much. And also, we're going to be having end of the year lists, like huge end of the year lists. So it's going to be very fun. We're going
to need a lot of your guys' feedback. So be prepared to fill out a fun survey.
And we have some awesome guests in store for end of the year. It's just going to be super fun. You're not going to want to miss it.
Don't.
Yeah. So, all right. We'll talk to you all later. And thanks again for the questions.
All right. Bye, everybody.